All right, beautiful people, I've got this, I've got my weights, I'm running in place. How do we work out during this ascension time, right? You are in your awakening journey, you're transferring into your ascension journey, and in a minute I'll tell you the difference between that. So you're in your ascension journey, and how do you know how to work out? Have you noticed that your body is functioning differently? Have you noticed that you get tired at different parts of the day that don't really work with your work schedule, with your family schedule? And how does that work with working out? So I did a video earlier on last year about the Ascension Diet, because how we eat and how we nourish ourselves starts to shift during our ascension. And so check that video out. But so now I wanted to do a video about how do we work out when we are ascending, when we are trying to keep our vibration high. Does it work the same? Do we have to work out more or less? So I want to dive into this topic. My name is Rebecca Abraxas, and I actually am a wellness coach, and I have a degree in exercise and sports science. And that whole world got me super into being a yoga teacher, a yoga therapist, being a life coach, being an energy worker, and a Reiki master. So I did start this whole career with being an actual exercise specialist. So how has this changed my perspective on things, going from being an exercise specialist to now being someone that's talking a lot about awakening and ascension? Let's dive in. And before I start, be sure you join our tribe, subscribe, and click that bell. We go live every Friday. All right, so beautiful being, you may be noticing that you are having some ascension symptoms that makes it challenging to do a regular workout. Have you noticed that? Let me know in the comments how that's been for you. I know for me, over the past few years, it's been very challenging to get on a regular schedule. But I really encourage that you at least put it on the schedule. When you are in your ascension time, you do need anchor points. You do need some things on your schedule. But we also need to learn how to go with the flow and really be deliberate creators in our life, which requires that we follow the creative energy and we trust life's dips and valleys, and we trust the creative energy and the creative flow and the creative inspiration. So when that hits, sometimes we do have to get into creation mode. Sometimes we have to hit the pillow and really go deep into deep resting. But I would say make sure you definitely create these anchor points of when you are going to work out. So for example, I have my workout sheet somewhere here, but anyway, I wrote out my schedule recently. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do this 20-minute workout that I ordered online, and I make sure I do it, okay? And then in between those days, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I wrote down that I'm going to do yoga those days and go for long walks. And then on the weekends, I'm going to do long yoga practices. So that's how I would write it down. Write something for every day, okay? Now, if you do have an ascension crash where you have to sleep or you have to get into some creation mode or you have to deal with an ascension symptom that you're feeling, be okay with really feeling into this. And this is a question I want you to ask. Will this lighten my life right now, or will it densify my life? Because honestly, when we are working in our ascension, ascension's all about sustaining higher frequencies. So you want to ask yourself, is this workout going to help me sustain my highest self, or is it going to be dense for me? So ask that question when you're in that mode of like feeling like, I'm not sure if I have the energy to do this, I don't know, because sometimes it could actually give you energy. So if it feels light to do it in your body and you feel like you're dragging a little bit, do it anyway. Follow the lightness, okay? Ask the question, will this contribute to my highest frequency, or will it densify me? And really get that information. So there are going to be times that you cannot keep that schedule. on your ascension journey, because your ascension body is requiring that you rest or that you do something different that day. Follow your awareness, but make sure you keep it on the schedule at least, okay? All right, the second thing is, what kind of exercise should you do? That might be up for you too. Let me know. Is that question up for you? Are you curious, like, what is the best type of exercise for you? Personally, I think everybody on their ascension journey should be doing some kind of yoga practice, whether it's hatha yoga or kundalini or yin yoga or acu yoga, whatever it is, because not only are you strengthening and getting the body flexible, but you're with with that type of workout, you're also you are getting energetics moving in your body through the nadis and through the chakras, right? The acupressure points, the meridians. So I'm a firm believer in doing some kind of yoga practice as your workout throughout the week, at least 2 or 3 times a week, okay? And maybe it's 15 minutes, maybe it's a 2-hour practice, but make sure you tune in to what's gonna enliven you during your ascension time. So definitely put in some yoga. And then I am a huge proponent of HIIT exercises. In our ascension journey, everything's accelerated. I don't feel like we have to do tons of long aerobic and long muscle toning and stuff, unless you're really going for something with like bodybuilding or something like that. But if you're just looking for overall health and vitality management during your ascension journey, and you really want some toning without building, I really recommend like a 15 to 20 minute HIIT, high intensity programming, where you really go all out and then you rest when you need to. Go all out, rest when you need to. I think that is the best way to get results fast and do something really valuable in a short amount of time. And there are things that we can use to increase the effectiveness of our workouts so that we don't have to work out as long and get a lot of benefits. So I'm going to tell you those few things right now. As someone on their ascension journey, you know that you can reprogram yourself, that you can command certain energies. So before you work out, you can tell your subconscious, I'm making a command and demand that this workout be effective in creating a flexible, strong body, healthy body, okay, toned body, whatever you want. I'm making a command and demand, and that the amount of time I put in will be the perfect amount of time to have this. So you want to put that command and demand, and that however amount of time you put into it will be the perfect amount. Okay, so making that command and demand of your subconscious is really powerful. Okay, and your high frequencies and your cells and everything comes into play. Say, oh, okay. And what's cool about that is that you are, by saying that command and demand, you are unhooking from the 3D collective definition of how long, how much, and all that kind of stuff. You know, as an ascended person, you do not have to live from that 3D definition of working out, right? Make your own conditions, set it up right before you get into your workout, okay? And so that's one, I would definitely do that. Number 2 is there is a process from Access Consciousness called MTVSS. And if you're interested in that, I can say more about that in the comments. Let me know if you're interested. But if you go to Access Consciousness, there's a process called MTVSS. And if you learn about that and you can get it done, it's called an Access Consciousness body process. And you can go get that done. I actually run it and teach it as well. So if you get that run, then that's in your body, and then you can run that and you can say MTVSS and all the rest run, and you do that right before your workout, and your body really amps up and you get more out of the workout. So there's different energies you can call in and different commands you can make of your body and your subconscious to make your workouts more effective. All right, so those are just two examples. So go find out about MTVSS and all the rest, and if you're interested, write MTVSS and all the rest in the comments, and I will send a link to learn more about that. And then also you can just easily make a command and demand of your body and your subconscious to run a certain way. So these are some things about working out in your ascension journey that you have access to. And this is how it gets easier and how it's a little harder, right? So when we're on the ascension journey, sometimes it's hard to stay on a schedule. Sometimes we don't feel good because our bodies are integrating high frequencies, and sometimes we have those off days. So that makes it a little harder sometimes. And for that reason, I say, ask that first question of, is this going to raise my frequency or lower it? And if you need to take a day off, take a day off, but make sure you put anchor points on your schedule, on your calendar, so at least you know it's there. And that's what your goal is, to try to keep up with that. And then it gets easier because we are running higher frequencies and we know how energy works, and we know that we can make a command and demand of the universe, and we can use other frequencies to help us get more out of our workout. And then just talking about what are the best workouts to use, I'd say definitely put some yoga in there. And I really love HIIT exercises, and I don't think we need a whole slew of like every week and every other day these long aerobic things, unless you have an awareness that it's going to raise your vibration. So I guess the biggest thing here is, and this is what I mentioned in my video of the Ascension Diet, is that it all comes down to your own awareness in your ascension journey, right? You have a lot of awareness if you've gotten to this part of your ascension journey. And while I can give you my tips and hints and things that work for me and the things that I've gone through, what you know and your awareness comes first above everything. So make sure you follow your awareness when it comes to your workout. But these are some things that I've noticed work for me, and notice that I need to keep in place for myself if I'm going to work out and have a body that's really enlivened during this ascension journey. Holding high frequencies is a process, as you've probably noted. And it's a little hard for the body, and it's hard feeling all those feelings. But just know that if you're feeling crummy, sometimes exercise can help you feel better. It can get the energy moving. And if you're feeling crummy, tune in. Ask your body, what do you need right now? What would be light and bright for you? How do we feel better? And will this type of exercise feel good to you? What do you need right now? So be gentle with yourselves, bright beings. And if you would like more information, or if you'd like some coaching around this, be sure to go to my website, RebeccaAbraxas.com, and you can sign up for a free discovery call. Totally free, 20 minutes to a half hour, and we just talk about things that are on your mind, things that you have questions about, and take it from there. All right, beautiful being. Have a great day. Go have a fun workout. See how what your body wants today. Namaste.